Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another exploration. I'm joined by the lovely Julia. Hello, Julia.
Hello, lovely Richard.
And of course, not forgetting the wonderful little Joseph, who is...
bearing his head in my chest at the moment.
Yes, bless him. Behind us, you see the remarkable church of Mary Magdalene Church in Rusper, which is north of Horsham in West Sussex. And this is a little bit of a video where we turned up just to have a look and see. So I can't tell you that we are anything in terms of educational masters on
We
this.
are not knowledgeable about this
That's what
location.
I was trying to say, yes, thank you.
I've just said in a different way.
We're looking at a beautiful church. I don't know anything about the church. I'm guessing from the west tower that is behind us that must be something like a 14th century church, possibly 13th century, built by the looks of things of sandstone with great big buttresses up against it. We're going to have a look at that and then some of the properties here, because this is a very quintessential English village.
It is.
And it's a stone's throw from where I used to live when I was a young lad, and I don't think I've ever been here. Isn't that terrible? So here is the tower with its interesting Norman windows at the top and the little louver doors, and then coming down to the west door. I've been doing some research on churches, and the west door was an added addition because it used to be very windy from the north apparently. Wow. And they bunged them in at the west.
Oh, look at this little porch.
And the porch,
I say little.
Yeah, it's got Horsham stone on it, which of course would be ubiquitous in this area because Horsham is only around the corner. And then you've got this rather magnificent,
Beautifully carved.
probably a later addition.
These spikes look and feel absolutely savage. Look at that. Wouldn't want to mess with that, would you?
No. I want to just have a look at the colour of this stone. This is absolutely remarkable. You've got a bit of what looks like ironstone in there, but this beautiful stonework, just incredible. And the colour is so vibrant. Lovely little mosaic of tiles on the ground here. And then see if Julia can manage to open the door.
Oh, it's open.
And in we go. And here you can see, it's interesting, it's got 4 bays, the arches, and then it's got these Romanesque, I think they're Romanesque pillars with the arches, but with the pointed arch, very high pitched ceiling up there. I think this must have been renovated quite a bit or cleaned up. Amazing archway behind you. Look at the height of the archway in the tower behind you.
I spotted something else that's very nice up there.
Don't tell me, the unicorn.
And look at the top, look.
A unicorn?
It certainly looks like a very well loved and looked after church.
Doesn't it? I'm just going to have a look through past these curtains. And there the west wall. You can just hear the movement of the clock above. Like somebody's footsteps walking up and down, pacing around.
Very much got a sense of community here, hasn't it?
Yes.
You've got jars of jam, homemade there.
Straight down to the altar, and I imagine they must have had a service earlier this morning. It feels warm in here. And then you've got the window, the west window, very beautifully decorated. And these tiles here shout to me of a sort of late Georgian Victorian period. But we'll go out and have a look at some of the very glorious architecture of the buildings in the area. We've stepped out now. I think we're going to lose the sunshine, which is a shame. It's a day when it's had rain and sun, so we're just taking
5 minutes one, 5 minutes t'other.
Yes, bit of potluck as we pass these Irish yews, I think these are, all nicely toperied up, and then we come out into the actual village. One of the first places I want to just show you, as we drove in, we saw some of this lovely old properties. Look at this, the Plough Attic Rooms free house. I'm going to cross this road whilst I can and just walk up past this beautiful old inn. And there it is. I'm just looking at this sign here. A little bit of information of the area. It says Rusper lies on the border of Surrey and Sussex. It is in fact the highest village in Sussex, along with being the furthest from the sea. And St Mary Magdalene Church stands 414 feet above sea level. The name Rusper dates back to 1200, when the settlement first grew up around a Benedictine priory. Lots to find out here, and I think what would be great is if there's anybody from the village or somebody locally who would care to take us round and tell us about some of these old fine villages and things. That would be superb. There, look at the church. The inside belies the outside, really, because the outside clearly is an old building, and then the inside, as you saw, has been restored. We'll carry on up the little high street. It's lovely, but it's very quiet, isn't it, Julia?
It's beautifully quiet.
Yes. There's hardly any traffic going through, which is rather nice too. Church cottages. Sweeping round here to another pub that we saw as we came in. The church, the pub, you know, these are the community centres of a village. The Star, which looks an amazing old building. And then in the foreground we have the Rusper telephone box.
That is now a library.
Which, yeah, like so many of them in villages, what a brilliant idea that is. And as somebody who likes books, I think it's fantastic. You can just come in and put the book, unwanted books in.
I like that touch. I like the touch of the name Rusper.
Yes.
In the top there, where it usually says telephone.
Let's just go and have a look at the Star, shall we?
Yeah. There's a couple of timber frame buildings here that really caught our eye as well.
Absolutely. So here is the Star. You can't help feeling it's on a junction between two roads, and you can't help feeling this must be very old. It's probably a lovely pub on the inside as well. No doubt people are inside eating away. So I think you can walk through Rusper quite quickly.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a rural place with farmland surrounding it, and as I read there, the highest village in Sussex.
Ah.
So I didn't know that. And actually you don't get the sense that you're too high.
No. Apart from the fresh air.
Apart from the fresh air, yes. Well, I think that's more or less it in our little jaunt.
Apart from this adorable little cottage.
So many adorable little cottages, and en route up we saw some, classic timber frame ones from the car.
Yeah.
But I have to come back. So if, again, a plea, if there's anybody out there who knows the area and would like to give us a bit of a guided walk around, that would be fantastic. This is going to end on the Rusper village stores, because you don't, quintessential English, you don't see so much of that these days. And there it is, complete with a post office. And isn't that lovely? And those two extraordinary dormer windows at the top there, thrusting out. So, yeah, pretty marvellous.
Cosy little village.
Cosy little village. Right, well that's it for this video, a bit of an impromptu one. Actually, look, you can see that house a bit better now. Isn't that lovely? With those huge chimneys, the timber framing, the infill, the tiles, the brick, the watland daub. It's amazing. Julia, thanks for coming along.
Thank you for letting me come along.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to join us on another little impromptu wander around. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe and all the other things, and become a patron, thumbs up. I will see you on the next one. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.